When quarterback Davis Mills was drafted by the Houston Texans, he was truly put in a weird spot. I mean, he was only there just in case the Texans decided to move on from regular starting quarterback Deshaun Watson. So there was no certainty that he would even get a chance to play. But in life, and especially in the NFL, nothing is really ever certain. Now, coming off a very impressive rookie campaign, I'm starting to wonder, what exactly do the Texans have in Davis Mills? And has he done enough to be the starter for them going forward into next season? So, why don't we talk about it for a bit? But guys, before we go forward, please remember to give this video a like, share with anybody you want to, and subscribe to my channel. I'll greatly appreciate any support you're willing to give. And if you're interested in anything I do outside of YouTube, please make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok at SportsButCasually. Now let's get into it. Mills played his college career at Stanford, but his time at the collegiate level was nothing like the other quarterbacks that I've done videos on before. He redshirted in 2017, played 1 game in 2018, played 8 games in 2019, and only ended up playing 5 games in 2020 due to a shortened season because of you-know-what. So coming into the draft, not much was known about our long-necked friend. He wasn't much of an athlete, but he had a cannon arm and excelled in the play-action game. Despite his limited playing time in college, Mills was the 8th quarterback taken in the 2021 NFL Draft, going in the 3rd round to the Houston Texans, as you probably guessed. With Deshaun Watson, A, not wanting to be there anymore, and B, caught up in legal problems, the quarterback position for the Houston Texans had a lot of question marks surrounding it heading into the season. Davis entered the season as the backup to veteran quarterback Tyrod Taylor. But unfortunately, Taylor was injured during the Week 2 matchup versus the Cleveland Browns. But hey, at least he wasn't stabbed in the lungs this time. Now this is where Davis Mills' rookie season begins. Now his rookie season can be broken down into 2 halves. Just like most sports, I guess. In the first half, he really struggled. It was not good at all. He frequently turned over the ball. He struggled to make basic throws. He just really did not adapt to the NFL. In layman's terms, he was ass. The Texans lost 6 straight, and only one of those games ended up being by less than 2 scores. And in 4 of those losses, they failed to score more than 10 points. So yeah, it was really bad. But I kind of understand why he struggled. You know, this is a quarterback with not much experience, not even at the collegiate level. He is on a not so talented team playing with a rookie head coach. So struggles were to be expected. With Tyrod coming back in week 9 and him being benched again, it seemed to signal the drawing of a close to his very lackluster rookie season.
But wait! There's more!
I mean, of course there is. I literally told you there were 2 halves to his season like a few minutes ago. Are you not paying attention? Anyway, Tyrod was benched midway through their Week 13 shutout loss versus the Colts, and on December 10th, head coach David Culley announced that Mills would be the starter for the remainder of the season. And in those final games, Davis Mills looked like a completely different person from the one we saw from Week 2 to Week 8. It was literally night and day. I couldn't believe it. I mean, he was making great decisions. He wasn't turning the ball over. He got to show off his arm strength on a couple of throws. And not to mention, the Texans found a very consistent run game coming down to the end of the season. So not only was the offense finally clicking and scoring points, but they were able to play complementary football, which really helped Davis Mills with his performance. Yeah, I know. Despite all of this, the Texans still finished with a bottom 10 offense in the entire league. But the flashes and the improvements that Mills showed should be some cause of excitement among Texans fans. So, with all of this being said, should Davis Mills be the starter for the Texans next season? And my answer is yes. But it's also no. It all depends on what situation the Texans find themselves in the offseason. Let me explain. Mills gives the Texans a lot of leeway when it comes to the draft and free agency. The Texans now don't have to take a chance on reaching for a quarterback in this already weak quarterback draft class. Not to mention, they don't have to rush to overpay any of these quarterbacks in this also weak quarterback free agency pool. Instead, they could use their already limited cap space to re-sign some of their free agents and to try to improve areas of weakness on this roster, like the offensive line and the cornerback position. Although it will be pretty difficult because they do have a very bad dead cap situation heading into the offseason, they can now especially look forward to the draft, as the Texans finally have a first round pick for what seems like the first time in a minute. They could use the 9 draft picks to improve the roster around Davis Mills, so by next season we'll be able to get a better understanding of his abilities, his shortcomings, and his potential. However, I'm not opposed to the Texans drafting another quarterback, just as long as they're in reasonable draft range so you don't end up reaching or giving up too much to go and get him. Now, let's not forget the biggest unknown for the Texans heading into the offseason. It's finally time to talk about the Deshaun Watson of it all. We still don't know what exactly is going on with him, let alone if he'll even be able to play next season. Let's say that he can. Will he decide to play for the Texans again, or does he still want to be traded? Hypothetically speaking, let's say he can play next season, but he still wants to be traded. The Texans can now trade Watson to a team for a king's ransom, which would include draft picks, of course, but will most likely include either an elite older quarterback or a young and very promising quarterback. Or maybe he decides to play for the Texans again. In both of these scenarios, I would have either the new quarterback or Deshaun Watson as the starter over Davis Mills. Davis Mills has improved and progressed so much during his first season. He is still a raw prospect, but he has tons of potentials, and his teammates seem to love him and point to his maturity and his leadership as a key reason for his improvement this season. Majority of fans had little to no expectations for Mills coming into this season, and with the 2021 regular season finished, it can be argued that Mills had the second best season among rookie quarterbacks. However, I still think it's a little too early for him to be named the definitive starter for the Texans next season. There's just too many variables left in play. But I do think that he's done enough to at least make it a quarterback competition going into next season. And whoever he's going up against, I hope he wins. Now guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about Davis Mills, and Texans fans, let me know who you think would be the starting quarterback for you guys next season. Let me know in the comments below. That just about wraps up everything here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I shall see you all next time. Later.